I was just sitting, laying in my bed, almost getting ready to call it a night. And, my friends, I'm so freaking grateful. I mean, my gratefulness and my thankfulness is beyond humanity. I really believe it is. The other day I was driving in my car and I was just going over in my head what I was thankful and grateful for. I mean, I could go on for a half an hour or an hour or more talking about the things that I'm grateful for. Now, once again, soldier of self-mastery, philosopher of everyday victorious living, this is Santos here in Stockton, California. My friends, if we really want to live a life that is worth living every single day, we must learn to take our mindset to a whole nother level. I was doing some study, as I usually do every single day. I study, I spend a lot of time either making videos or watching videos that are educational, that are motivational, that are inspirational. I try not to waste my time doing bullshit things, because if you do bullshit things, you're going to get a bullshit life. Pardon my language. And I'm just every single night and every morning that I get up, I'm so fixed in my mindset that I say a prayer, I say my affirmations, I say what I'm grateful for, and I tell myself how I am going to live. And this is a habit, okay? This has become a habit. And obviously, when you create those habits, they become part of your lifestyle, right? Habits are like a trance. They're like hypnotic states. That's exactly what they are. They're hypnotic states that our brain sends us into periodically. We go in and out, right? Just like problem gambling. That's a hypnotic state. And we set ourselves up and we go into autopilot. Smoking cigarettes, drinking beer, pornography, overeating, and we can even become addicted to good things. We can overdo it with good things, right? People, I know bodybuilders that have passed away. I don't know them personally, but I do a lot of reading about bodybuilding because I'm into physical activity. Actually, a little bit less these days because of some injuries that I have. And there's bodybuilders that get addicted to, they call it bigorexia, right? There's anorexia, I believe, or bulimia. People, women eat, and even guys do this. They eat, they throw up, they want to stay real skinny. And then there's those guys that want to just be huge monsters, and they inject themselves with steroids, and they just go way, they take their lifestyle to a whole nother level. My friends, this channel that you're on right here, this is about self-empowerment. This is about self-mastery. This is about dominating your emotions. Not just once a month or twice a month, but every single day, moment by moment. Now, I don't have it all perfected. But I remind myself of where I'm going. And I was just laying in my bed, just praying and telling myself what I was grateful for and what I plan on doing tomorrow and the next day. All of these things that are challenging me. I've got a lot of great challenges, just like you do. But you got to one must get to that place in his life where he is full of courage, where he is full of self-belief and full of confidence. You really won't accomplish much. You won't defeat these enemies that are coming against you, whether they be a thing or a person or your own mind, unless you rise up with courage and self-belief and confidence, and of course gratefulness. You got to raise your level of gratefulness. You must learn to raise your level of thankfulness, right? If you go to the casino and you gamble, if you trust in a cigarette or you trust in a beer, what is it doing? What are you doing? You know, the more that you do something, obviously, the more that you do something, the better that you will get at it. That's why these machines, whether it's online gambling or laptop or phone gambling, or scratchers, or watching the horses, or going to the bookies, right? But the major one is these machines in these casinos. Those video games are spinning. I heard at one video 1,200 revolution, 1,200 revolutions either per half an hour or an hour. That seems kind of small to me. And I got in front of the camera not to really talk about these stupid machines. But you know what? I've dominated. I finally dominated the casino. I finally dominated those machines that had life over me. They had control over me. They did. They had dominance. I didn't know. I understand today that nothing has to have control over us unless we give it permission. And I live in my own world. I know I live in my own world. I want to create my own world as I go forward every single day. The way that I speak, the words that I choose to say to myself, and how I respond to other people. People ask me, I enjoy this, when people, how you doing, Santos? I don't care if I'm in the bank. I don't care if I'm in front of a church, or in front of a public setting, or I'm in front of an officer or the president of the United States. I'm going to say I'm working on being super fantastic, terrific, and over the top in spite of and because of. See, you gotta take control. One has to take control of his life. One has to take control of the way he speaks. One has to take control of what he wants to be expressing gratefulness for and thankfulness for. One must take control of his mindset. And I'm doing it. It's a reality in my life, and I'm going to continue to do it. And I don't care what people think of me. I don't care what people think. I don't care what my family thinks. I don't care what happens, because things are going to happen. You know, the triggers are going to come. The temptations are going to come. One day I'm going to be on the mountaintop. Another day I'm going to be in the valley. But guess what? I'm going to maintain to the best of my ability that mindset that I know that I need to have. And I keep recreating myself. It's like I keep recreating myself every single day. And I tell you, I'm so freaking grateful and thankful for you know, the toenails that I have on my feet. You know, the hair that I got on my nose. Maybe the little hair that comes out of my ears. I have a good hair day every single day. The fact that I can wear a shirt that has a book that I created, that I'm proud of, and I'm also humbled by it. And I'm going to keep doing these things. And you know, the more that you learn to command and take control of your life, the more that you learn to take control over your life and over your mouth, the better off you're going to be every single day. Every single day. I know I'm a little bit all over the place. For some reason, I just felt that I had to get this message out into the airwaves for somebody. There's somebody's going to be impacted by this message. It's going to bring a breakthrough to somebody's life. I definitely believe it. And you know, my confidence and my courage and my self-belief it's growing. It's just growing. It just amazes me what I've done. And I'm extremely grateful, and I'm extremely thankful for the grace of my Lord Jesus Christ. And I'm not ashamed to say that. I think people don't want to hear about you. I really don't care what people want. You know, it's who I am and how I'm expressing myself. Getting ready to take my business to a whole nother level. Yeah, it's still in its infancy stage, but I visualize me making the bigger incomes. For what? I can't take it with me so that I can give more, so that I can leave something, a legacy for my family, you know, so that I can give books away, so that I can give t-shirts away, not just to give them away, but certain purposes, etc. So I'm going to be winding down here, but I tell you, my friend, God has not given me a spirit of fear, but of power and of love and of a sound mind. And I really enjoy what Abraham Lincoln said. He said, in order to create your future, you have to predict it. And my friend, if you're not predicting your future, if you're not predicting what your day is going to be like, if you're not predicting how you're going to conduct yourself and how you're going to be around your family and how you're going to be in public, if you're not predicting it, you can't expect it to happen. You cannot expect it to happen. We must learn to predict these things, using gratefulness. And all of this is part of life hacks. I'm telling you, my friend, I don't know where you are in life. I hope that wherever you are in life, you're doing very well and you're climbing the ladder. But if you're not, if you're stuck, I said this in my other video yesterday, if you're stuck between a rock and a hard place, my friend, you can get yourself out. You may need some help. You may need to humble yourself and get a coach. That's why I offer my services. You may need to humble yourself and get yourself in a clinic. Or do whatever it is that you need. Get some accountability partners in your life. I was listening to this other guy. Today I watched quite a few gambling videos on people that basically have lost family members to suicides. And they've lost homes. And they've lost even more than I have. I'm still unraveling the damage that I've done. But I was watching these videos and I was listening to this one guy. I think it was, the guy's name was Dave Ramsey. Dave Ramsey. He's not a counselor. He's not a therapist, but he was talking to a person that was making very good income. And he was back in the casinos. He was doing bad. And then he changed his life. And now he's doing more money and he's kind of dabbling into this again. And you know what Dave Ramsey said to him? Something that I did. This is one of the reasons why I got myself free. He said, whatever, and I'm paraphrasing. He said, whatever it takes. You know what? Get some accountability partners. Tell your spouse. Let somebody else control your money. Start reading the books. He was talking about going to GA meetings. Of course, I don't really promote GA meetings, but whatever it takes. You know what? Hit that thing from all fronts. Hit that thing from all fronts. And that's what you got to do to your mind, because the battle, I noticed he didn't mention the mindset. He did talk about church, going to church and reading the Bible and prayer, etc. Dave Ramsey. You'll find him on YouTube. I'm not a church person, okay? I won't step foot in a church. I do read the scriptures. I meditate on the scriptures. And I do pray. I do believe that there is a master that has created us. But I remember when I first started getting my victories, man, I hit it hard, man. I was doing electronic affirmations. I was doing prayers. I was doing Bible reading. I was doing mirror talks. I was doing positive self-talk. I was reinventing the neurological pathways in my mind. I was creating different habits all at the same time. It's really amazing what we can do. We complain. We say that we're weak. We look for excuses. We do this and the other thing, and we don't. You realize, my friend, that you're so powerful. If you really learn to tap in that deep power, I call it the seventh reservoir. When you begin to optimize these paradigms, you'll frighten yourself. You will frighten yourself, because we are such powerful, phenomenal, moving human beings. And I'm telling you, sometimes I get so fired up, I want to just shout, get on top of a building and shout it from the rooftops. But I'm grateful that I'm completely free, Frickin' gambling has no longer a hold on me. None of these addictions that were holding on, that were trying to destroy my life. And you know what? My own mind. Sometimes my mind tries to revert back. And I tell my mind, I said, you know what? You are not going to go back. You're only going to go forward. Now, I'm not a perfect individual. Nobody is. There is no perfection on this planet. But I'm going to live every single day, and I'm going to do everything in my power to motivate, to inspire, to encourage, to share my story. Because I know that if I can do what I'm doing, if I'm here and I'm free, a man that broke free, you can do the same thing, my friend. But again, I hit it from all fronts. I got help. I invested money. I lost some money along the way. And I did whatever it took. And you know what? 6 months, I remember when I started experiencing that mental shift. Like 6 to 7 months later, I began to sense that it's like something broke in my mind. I'm like, man, what's going on? You know, it was like, we call that going to another level. We call it becoming consciously aware. I call it optimizing the paradigms, training your brain. And remember this, I'm going to leave you with this, my friend. Remember this, that life, the good life, will come out of a good series of positive reminders, my friend. Of positive reminders. I appreciate you. I believe in you. You've got what it takes, my friend. Rise up in courage and start talking. You start taking control over your mind and over your mouth and over your life, and start dictating to yourself, like Abraham Lincoln said. You know, in order for you to predict your future or create your future, you have to first start predicting it, predicting it, right? You have to speak it in order to see it, and then it begins to happen. So I think it's time for me to hit the sack. Tomorrow I'm looking forward to Sunday Night Alive Power Hour with me and you. If you join me, man, 16 minutes. I'm so looking forward to that. I'm going to be fired up tomorrow. We're going to talk more about problem gambling. We're going to talk more about tackling this issue that a lot of people are struggling with, addictions and problem gambling and personality disorder and depression and business building too, because it's all, we got to get a vision, right? We got to learn to relabel the way that we think of ourselves. And I don't care how I feel. I don't care what my emotions are telling me. I don't care what somebody else thinks or somebody else's opinion. I don't fear people. I used to have such a fear, but I don't fear people anymore. You know what? I fear God, and I work on myself, and I'm going to tell myself exactly the way that I'm going to live every single day until I leave this planet. Remember to make every single day a super fantastic, terrific, over the top day, daily, in spite of and because of, my friend. Listen, if you need help, invest in yourself. Check out my page below this video. Get the book. It's going to help you start training your mind, my friend. It's under $20, and by the way, it makes a great gift. You can give the book away to somebody else. It's not just about problem gambling. It's about training the brain. That's what this book is really all about, my friends. So, I will see you on my next one at the top on the inside. Peace through strength. Soldier of self-mastery out.